Hello, this is the Ramblings of a Discipline Mind podcast for Friday, October 22nd, I think? I don't know. Forgot to look. 21st, excuse me. I had to count it out on my fingers. So today I thought I'd bring you a podcast review. I did recently start listening to a new podcast that I'm enjoying. And it's actually one that I heard on a promo that was run on Radiolab. And it's for another NPR podcast that's coming out of WNYC. It's called the Sporkful. Sporkful. And it's an interesting show. They pulled me in on there was a series, their most recent series is one about the signals. Holy moly, what was that? The signals that restaurants send to let you know if you're welcome or not. And they were specifically, they were talking about in the context of race, in the context of gender, and things of that nature. And they had a lot of people that they talked to of various nationalities, and talked about, not only life as a customer, but also life as a food prep. Sort of interesting things like, you could be, an Asian person, maybe Chinese or Korean, but if you're working at a little, like there was a guy they talked to who was Chinese, ethnically Chinese, and he was working as a summer job during college at one of these little sushi places that are in the food courts at the mall, and everybody assumed that he was Japanese, and he wasn't. He was Chinese. I would like to think that I wouldn't fall for that personally, because I actually spent a bit of time. I've kind of learned the facial features a bit, so I can. I won't say I'm perfect at it, but I can usually look at somebody and go, oh, they've kind of got Japanese features or Chinese features or Korean features or whatever. It's not perfect, I'm sure, but anyway. So they've got this whole, I think it's a 4-part or 5-part series, and actually I'm not sure it's done. There might be like another episode coming that they haven't released yet. And then they've got they re-released another series that, I guess I did finish the first series because I'm listening to the second series now. And that is called, if I remember correctly, I don't remember the names of the series, but this one was more about, and this was once again kind of race related, and that's why they re-released the series. But this was kind of about, kind of ethnic stereotypes with food, and how a certain colored chef or cookbook author, how people will make assumptions about them. They talked to this one black woman who is from Atlanta, if I remember correctly, but living in New York City. And she said, when people found out where she was from Atlanta, they assumed that she was, some sort of a expert on fried chicken, and they'd be asking, where's the best place in New York to get fried chicken? And she's like, I don't know, I've been here 6 months or whatever. So she said she finally settled on a response of in my kitchen, because she doesn't know how to make fried chicken. And then she had also written, I think it was the same woman, had written a cookbook and was trying to sell it. And it wasn't a Southern food cookbook. It wasn't trying to fill that niche. But because she was from the South and because she was black, the assumption was that it was going to be a cookbook about Southern cooking, even though it really wasn't. So there's a bunch of interesting stuff there about publishers with cookbooks. If you're kind of interested, that kind of was like a whole sub-thing they talked about for a little bit on one episode. But it's just one guy that runs it, that is the main host. It's got very nice production values, not surprising given NPR. It's also being recorded out of the WNYC studios. It's not really going for the avant-garde kind of approach like a Radiolab has, where they're intercutting stuff in interesting ways or whatnot. It's pretty much, it's pretty much like maybe listening to a 60 Minutes episode. Probably a little more interesting than that, but basically where the guy who's the host of it talks about, I talked to so and so and I asked her this. And then they'll play, that person's answer, and it does come up with some really good questions, and it really kind of, makes you think about these issues, maybe in a way they haven't been thought about before. Now, I did look at their back catalog a little bit, and they've got a lot of other interesting episodes out there. I don't know that I'll necessarily go back to the back catalog, but I'm looking forward to probably more of that content going forward. Like, I think there was one that was a kind of a debate between two chefs about the proper way to cook potato salad, and there were some other ones that were kind of like that, and they'll bring people on to talk about that. So it's an interesting podcast. Their tagline is it's not for foodies, it's for eaters. So that's everybody. But if you're in the food stuff and you need a podcast, I would recommend it. The Sporkful, Sporkful. You should find it. I will also include an RSS link, I think, in the on the show notes on pensinger.com. Also, yesterday, I released a short unboxing video. I got a new external battery pack. It arrived yesterday from Amazon, and I thought, I'll do an unboxing video of that, just to do something new and different. I didn't post it to Pensinger. I was thinking about it just before I got in the car. I'm probably gonna release it, put it on a post on the undisciplinedmind.blogspot.com site. It's on YouTube, so it's on my YouTube channel. So if you can find my YouTube channel, there it will be. So if you're interested in that, if you're looking at getting one, I neglected to do one important piece of information, and that was the price. It was only $40, which for the capacity, which is pretty large, I thought that was a pretty good deal. So yeah, go check that out if you've got an interest in gadgets or external battery packs. But that's all I got for this Friday evening. I will be back tomorrow, and I'll be talking to you then. So, be seeing you.